Okay, let's unpack this. Today we're diving into something pretty cool. How to grow, like an abundance of food, even if your outdoor space is really, really limited.
Yeah, we're talking about harvesting pounds of food every single week, all from just a small townhouse deck.
Sounds kind of wild, right? So, our mission in this deep dive is to really explore how one gardener is pulling this off, getting their family salads, all their herbs,
100% of the herbs.
and just seriously cutting down on buying produce from the store, all from this tiny footprint.
And what's really insightful here, is the source's initial skepticism. They started out thinking small space gardening probably wasn't really worth the effort.
Right, like it wouldn't make a real difference.
Exactly. They thought it wouldn't meaningfully contribute,
Yeah.
but as they found out, that just wasn't true at all.
Okay.
So yeah, our goal is to pull out the most important insights, the actionable steps for you, whether you're, a total beginner wanting to start, or maybe you're already gardening and just want to get more yield from a small space.
So the big question then is how? How did they get such impressive results? And the source really points to one key decision, switching to vertical planters, specifically the GreenStalk system.
Yes, the GreenStalk.
What makes that particular system so, well, effective for tight spots?
Well, it really changes the whole equation for limited areas. I mean, its
Yeah.
core design just tackles the usual gardening problems head on.
Okay.
Like the space-saving aspect is kind of amazing.
Yeah.
You can plant, over 30 different vegetables, herbs, flowers, even root crops.
In under 2 square feet?
Yeah, just under 2 square feet of ground space. Think about that density. It's huge.
Wow.
And it's also built for portability. You can easily spin it around, move it, so every plant gets sun, and you can reach everything easily. No straining.
That makes sense.
The Thorts even said they have 4 green stalks holding over 120 plants, and they still have room on their deck for, entertaining.
Okay, so it's not taking up the whole space.
Not at all. It's described as basically the most practical way to garden if you don't have a lot of room.
And the benefits sound immediate, too. Not just the food, but the whole experience. The source talks about stepping outside and grabbing, quote, the tastiest parts of lunch or dinner a few steps from your kitchen.
Yeah, that's the dream, isn't it?
Totally. And they mentioned, no more slimy bags of salad spoiling in the fridge.
Right, because you just pick exactly what you need right when you need it.
And the difference in fresh herbs, the potency, the cost savings compared to those little plastic clamshells.
Oh, absolutely. Night and day.
It also seems to give this real feeling of self-sufficiency, growing even some of your own food, relying less on the store.
Definitely empowering.
Hmm.
And it apparently sparked more creativity, too. Using food as medicine, trying new herb blends, making teas, even natural cleaners.
It sounds like it really changes your whole relationship with food and, well, your deck.
Which, brings up a key question for a lot of people.
Mm.
Is it complicated to get started? Because setup can feel, well, intimidating.
For sure. Is it a whole weekend project?
Actually, no. The source really emphasizes how simple it is. No tools, not much time. Just 3 basic steps.
Okay, what are they?
So first, you put together the base with the wheels. It's got 6 wheels, 3 lock, 3 don't. So it's stable but movable. And you attach the little drainage tube.
Got it.
Then you fill each pocket in a tier with your potting mix, put your plants or seeds in, pop a gray disc on top.
A disc. What's that for?
It helps distribute the water evenly within that tier. Then you just stack the tiers. They have these interlocking feet. You hear a little click when they're secure.
Okay, stack them up.
Yep. Then you just give everything a quick mist. Fill the water reservoir right at the very top.
Ah, the watering system.
Exactly. You fill that top reservoir until water starts trickling out the bottom drain tube. Gravity does the rest. Super efficient.
And easy for someone else to manage, too, apparently.
Yeah, they mentioned their dad enjoys watering it when they're away. It's that straightforward.
Okay, that sounds manageable. But, having the right container is one thing. Getting that huge yield they talk about, that takes strategy, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely. The system helps, but how you use it is critical. They really focused on 2 main strategies.
Which were?
First, fast-growing varieties. They call them quick-pick varieties.
Okay.
These are plants that go from seed to harvest super quick, like 30, 45, maybe 60 days. Not the ones that take, 80, 90, 100 days.
Right, get things happening faster.
Exactly. It means you're harvesting sooner and more often. And the second big one is succession planting.
Ah, yes, planting more as soon as you harvest.
Precisely.
Yeah.
You keep planting what you've eaten. This keeps the garden active, as they put it, so you're eating from it daily through the seasons, instead of just waiting for one massive harvest where half might go bad.
That makes so much sense, like a continuous flow.
Totally. They gave an example of eating spaghetti squash one night, then mini acorn squash from another tier the next, always replacing, always growing, consistent daily food.
It's a different way of thinking about gardening, really, not just one big planting season. And did they recommend specific places to get these kinds of seeds?
They did. They give a big shout out to Botanical Interest. Said they would really focus on container growers, which is perfect.
What do they like about them?
The thoughtful product layout, good quality seeds, big packets with really clear instructions, diagrams, stuff like that, even extra guidance. They mentioned a specific container garden collection with 10 varieties picked for small spaces.
Oh, that's handy.
Yeah, and they also recommended Haas tools, so they have reliable hybrid varieties that gave them excellent results.
Okay, good leads for finding the right seeds. Now, let's get specific. What kinds of plants worked really well for them in these green stalks? Any standouts?
Oh yeah, they listed quite a few things that fit that quick pick, compact, resilient profile. Let's see, for beans, bush contender. Ready in 50 days, stringless, handles heat and mildew pretty well.
Nice. Carrots. They can be tricky in containers sometimes.
Right, but they like Tonno di Parigi. It's round, sweet, tender, good for shallow depth. And Littlefinger, a true baby carrot, only like 3 inches long.
Perfect. Cucumbers. They can vine out like crazy.
They found a good one. Space Master 80, the vines only get 2-3 feet long, so it's ideal for containers, plus it's disease resistant.
Smart. And greens are always popular.
Definitely. They had success with Kale Dwarf Blue Curl, super hardy, even overwintered apparently, and gets sweeter after frost. Also, Mini Romaine Little Gem, just 6 inches tall, perfect size, keeps producing.
Continuous harvest, that's key.
Yep. And Spinach Levua, which handles heat and mildew, good for summer salads. And Top Chop colored, bolt resistant, cold tolerant, big leaves.
Wow, quite the salad bar.
Yeah.
Any other specifics that caught your eye?
Well, Japanese scallion sounded great. Long, slender, cut and come again. Peppers. Sweet California Wonder was an all-time favorite. Big, blocky, high vitamin C, does well in containers.
Classic choice. Squash.
Several compact ones. Summer squash, Emerald Delight, stays tender even when large apparently. One ball squash, round zucchini, ready in 50 days. And sunburst squash, that's a patty pan type, firm, nutty.
Lots of variety there. Tomatoes. Always a favorite.
Jerry Foles, compact, great for hanging baskets, loads of small red tomatoes.
Okay. And they were even trying some unusual stuff.
Yeah, kind of fun experiments like popcorn strawberry makes these little ruby red ears on short stalks. And pumpkin jack bay, little tiny, tiny pumpkins you can trellis.
Cute.
And pea snap, sugar snaps, climbing peas, need support, obviously. Plus flowers like dwarf sunflowers to bring in pollinators. And bright light Swiss chard for color and resilience.
That's an incredible range. Just hearing the snapshot of what they had growing in April, lettuces, kale, collards, tomatoes, celery, microgreens, herbs, flowers, all in Maryland Zone 7.
Yeah, multiple kinds of lettuce, perennial herbs like lemon balm and oregano, culinary herbs like stevia and dill, even medicinal ones like chamomile. It really shows what's possible.
It absolutely does. And, as they got more productive, I can imagine needing more space, more organization. There's that funny story.
Oh, yeah, about the grill.
Right. They started with 2 green stalks, expanded to 4, and then decided they needed more space for gardening.
So much so, they actually moved their charcoal grill off the deck to fit 2 more green stalks.
And the reason was just perfect. We use the green stalks every day, but the grill, not so much.
That says it all, doesn't it? It shows how central the gardening became to their daily life. Priorities shifted.
Totally. And to make it all work smoothly, especially as you scale up, accessories and organization must become pretty important.
For sure. They mentioned a few essential accessories from GreenStalk. Frost covers, for one.
To extend the season.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Adds about 8 degrees of warmth, lets most of the sunlight through, helps in early spring and late fall. Made in the USA, 5-year warranty too.
Good investment.
And similar covers for insect protection. Also, plant support is pretty much essential if you're growing anything that climbs or vines.
Makes sense.
They also really appreciated the thoughtful details from the company, like notes saying who sewed or packed your order.
Oh, that's a nice touch.
Yep, cloth bags for the accessories instead of plastic, clear photo instructions, and little goodies, stickers, free seed packets. It makes it feel more personal, less corporate.
Little things that make a difference. But, okay, beyond the gear, how do you keep track of everything, especially with 6 planters going?
Organization becomes key. They swore by the GreenStalk Gardening Journal.
What's special about it?
It's basically a dedicated reference guide and logbook, undated, color-coded sections. You have planting maps where you can sketch out what's where, add comments, dates.
Oh, maps. That's smart.
Yeah, and sections for plant logs, inventory, supplies needed, to-do lists, notes, everything in one place.
Keeps it from getting chaotic.
Right. And they also use a dedicated planter caddy, just a little bin or box to hold all their gardening doodads, as they call them.
Doodads. Love it. What's in the caddy?
Useful stuff. pH testing tubes, got to check that soil. Neem oil for pests, little stakes for baby plants.
Standard gear. Anything unusual?
Well, kind of a clever hack.
Yeah.
Plant flower clips. They use them as visual cues, like subtle hints for maybe a spouse or partner who's helping out.
Like water the one with the ladybug clip.
Exactly. Also vine twists, extra plugs for the drainage tubes. Then personal stuff like a foam protector, a gardening apron.
And reference materials, too.
Yeah, a moisture and pH meter, seed catalogs, the GreenStalk instructions, farmer's almanac, and even a moon calendar gardening dial.
Planting by the moon. Interesting.
Yeah, they mentioned experimenting with it, so that Caddy is like their little gardening command center.
It all paints a picture of a very intentional, very productive system. So as we kind of wrap up this deep dive, it feels like we've really charted a path here. From that initial skepticism to this incredible abundance. The source showed us, with the right tools like GreenStalk, smart choices about what to plant those fast growers, the succession planting.
And staying organized.
And staying organized. A small deck really can become this amazing source of fresh, healthy food. It really speaks to the simplicity and efficiency of it all and how empowering it can be.
Absolutely. And if we zoom out for a second, connect this to the bigger picture, this whole journey into a farm-fresh life in a small space, it's maybe about more than just the veggies, right?
How so?
Well, it could represent, a deeper connection with nature, even on a balcony. A real step towards self-sufficiency, maybe even subtly changing how we think about where our food comes from, the whole supply chain thing.
Interesting point.
So maybe the question for you listening is this just about getting fresh tomatoes? Or is it about creating your own little small space oasis? Something that fuels continuous learning, experimenting, maybe a more sustainable approach day to day, no matter how much space you actually have.
Food for thought, definitely. How even these small efforts can bring big satisfaction and, well, healthier eating.
Exactly. It's about what that small space can represent and inspire in your own life.